come and do whatever it chooses, and whatever it chooses is a learning experience, and that's all it needs to have. Acknowledge the learning experience. You're not right or wrong. You're only right or wrong to some other person's standards, but it's your other person's standard is different, so for them it is right or wrong. But for you, it is only what you know. It's only what you do. When you start to accept that, then you understand kindness. Kindness means the same as. We are the same kind. We are thinking the same way. So when I am kind to myself and I are looking at the same thing in the same way, and we're not challenging each other or different from each other. That's kindness. I am the same kind as my soul is. And the same way the soul looks at me, the same way that God or the Spirit looks at me, I look at Him the same way. And then I feel one. Then I feel at peace. Then I'm one piece. That's all it takes. And I'm learning, only learning. I'm human, just like any one of you. No matter how much experience I have, there's always a new learning. As soon as you learn this, you'll get another learning. As soon as you've done the job, you get another learning. You do it faster, they give you more job. Doesn't that happen at work? The boss doesn't employ you because you've done your job, and now you're going to pay you because you have nothing to do. Well, up there, I'm saying, I'm always ready to do more. Give me another challenge. I'm ready. But if I don't have any challenges, I'll get a recall, because I'm not going to do anything with it. So be acceptance that the journey is the experience of life, not the overcoming, not the winning, not the losing, but just the experience. Enjoy the journey. And when you enjoy the journey, you are much more at peace, and then you allow your energy to flow, and you don't see the right or wrong. You just say, oh, I'm learning. Thank you. Now I might be able to see something beyond what I didn't see before, so let us go and learn that, see what I can learn from it. Then you start to be kind. So how do we go about all this? So we go all about this in a systematic way. Because we need focus, we need discipline, we need training. So first we start this work by looking at the face. Because every part of your body is already in the face. That's how you face the world. And you know that cartoonists will draw about 6 lines and then you get the story. Even kids, as Popeye and Superman and all that, with a few lines, they get the story. They're not interested in the script, they already got the story. Oh, we are intelligent. We want to learn more before I get the story. I've got to think more before I get the story. So I've got to read 20 pages to get the story. They see the face and they already got the story. So they pick up much more, much faster, because they're not thinking or analyzing what's written there. They're just accepting it. So a cartoonist draws your president's face or somebody else's face, and straight away, by a few lines, you recognize them. Why? Because they draw the most prominent features, which are so obvious. We see it anyway, but we don't notice it, because we're thinking too much. We're thinking about so many other things. They think this is who I am, except. So what we love best about face reading in this place is we meet new people we've never met before. And yet, when we look into your face, we can tell you so much about your history, of your face shape, all the lines, and all the work, and the toil, and the focus, and the experience, and the effort you put, whether it's left or right, one side more than the other, one eye bigger than the other, one eyebrow higher than the other, one side of your face more contorted, or both working in so much balance. So there's so much peace and harmony in what you look at, because there isn't this conflict. So we've got plenty of pictures here which you can have a look at later on. We take a picture of your left and right. We split it with 2 left sides together in one, and 2 right sides together in one, so you can see through the doubling up of that how different the male and female can be. And how within 5 or 6 days of this course that you can shift and change a lot of your muscle structure just by relaxing, just by feeling better, just by smiling. And you've got something to smile about, because something that no one looked at is suddenly acknowledged, because you have acknowledged it. You have experienced it. Someone who you lived with for 20 years has not seen it. Someone you're living with it right now doesn't see it. And we get them to sit and say, you see that one eye is higher than the other, one eye slopes more than the other, one part of your lip, oh, I didn't even know I had it. So now I look at it, oh yes, it is so. So the thing is, as we have more self-recognition, that part of me inside that has been working with the greatest sincerity it can, realizes that you finally notice how much effort it's putting in, and by you noticing it, it might start to let go of the resistance is felt, the blocking is felt, the lack of acknowledgement is felt, and start to release and let go. And it's amazing the change, differences we feel. So, how many of you have had a face reading today? You had one? Okay. Did you feel that we noticed things, even though this is the first time we met you, where we noticed many things that you really knew was in yourself, and we just met you for the first time, yet we could read it. All that, so many challenges, how you look at yourself, how you have compassion in your eyes, how there may be tension in one side and the other side. And we only just met you for the first time. And yet you live with someone and they don't notice it. They just notice your performance and how you acted and reacted. So we get often in this world, and most of the time in this world, we are looked at through how we have affected the other people. That's how we get the reaction. But not acknowledged by the people of who we are, but their memory of your reactions to them, not who you are. So when we meet you for the first time, we've never had any reaction, we've never had any interaction, we've never had any experience, so we just see you the way you are. So there's no memory of experiences between me and you, so I just see you in the truth and innocence of who you are. Because there's nothing to judge you by, there's nothing to remember by, there's nothing to doubt or create or protect myself to, because there I see you in the truth of just who you are. And so fascinating to be appreciated in many parts of your being that people really haven't looked into you and seen that soul that has been there in spite of all the challenges, asking, please acknowledge me. Because I am a soul just like you. What you see around is my reflection of my experiences that I have experienced in me. But in me and you, we really have the same thing. Find that likeliness in your own self that you see in the others. See that soul without judgment. And then you will understand the reactions much better of how they have experienced this life. Because those marks are the history and the story of how that consciousness has formed its face through its potentials, which it has inherited, not from the soul, but from its experience and being with other souls in this world, in this life, this time around. So that's what you got. So you're learning to understand how you're using this equipment that you really absorb from other people, and the soul now is going to grow because it not only has its own experience of its own life, but it's also going to add to it how it experiences with other people's lives. And that's how we learn to interact. That's how we learn to grow. That's how we learn to share our life and our experiences. And that's the expansion of our consciousness. That's the evolution of your soul and the growth you have. So what a phenomenal, beautiful experience. But the face is only part of this body. It's how you face the world. Every part of your body is within you. This is your face. This is your womb. This is your solar plexus, which is your identity, and your nose knows better than any other part of your face because it goes there first. I knows it, so don't try and tell me because I saw it. I experienced it before you saw it. Okay, I sniffed it out. Before you can speak, I already go and check it out. So that's your ego and your identity that constantly wants to control because it got there first. Okay? So then you have your eyes, which are set deep inside, which is deep inside your heart, watching and experiencing both the mind and the body's actions and reactions, trying to assess and create a balance in it. So the eyes are balancers that find the balance, just as your shoulders and your chest and your arms are balancing your life experiences.